Have you ever had a landlord who seemed a bit off? I did, and what started as a seemingly harmless rental turned into the most disturbing experience of my life. If you're alone right now, you might want to reconsider before watching this. It was the summer after my first year of college, and I had just moved into a small apartment in an old building downtown. The rent was cheap, and the location was perfect for my part-time job. The landlord, Mr. Roberts, was an older man, always wearing the same gray cardigan and a friendly, if somewhat creepy, smile. He lived in the basement apartment and took care of the maintenance himself. At first, everything seemed fine. Mr. Roberts was polite and helpful, always around when you needed him. But soon, little things started to make me uneasy. Sometimes I'd catch him watching me from his window as I came and went. Other times I'd hear strange noises at night, like someone moving around just outside my door. One night I was watching TV when I heard a soft knock on my door. I opened it to find Mr. Roberts standing there, his eyes wide and his smile too big. "Good evening," he said. "Just wanted to see if everything is all right with your apartment." "Everything's fine, thanks," I replied, trying to keep my voice steady. Good," he said, nodding slowly. "You know, these old buildings have a lot of history. If you ever need anything, just let me know." With that, he turned and walked away, leaving me with an uneasy feeling. I closed the door and locked it, hoping that would be the end of it. But the next few nights, I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. One evening, I came home late from work and noticed something odd. My apartment door was slightly ajar. My heart raced as I pushed it open and stepped inside. Nothing seemed out of place, but I couldn't shake the feeling that someone had been there. I decided to install a small camera in my living room, just to be safe. The next morning, I checked the footage. What I saw made my blood run cold. In the middle of the night, Mr. Roberts had entered my apartment. He walked around, touching my things, and then stood by my bed, watching me sleep for several minutes before leaving. I felt sick. I didn't know what to do. Should I confront him? Call the police? I decided to talk to my neighbor, Sarah, who had lived in the building for a few years. When I told her what happened, her face went pale. "Mr. Roberts has always been weird," she said, "but that's terrifying. You need to get out of here." That night I couldn't sleep. Every noise made me jump. I kept my phone close, ready to call for help if I needed to. Around 2 a.m. I heard footsteps outside my door. I held my breath, straining to listen. The doorknob rattled, and then there was silence. I decided it was time to leave. I packed a bag and called a friend to come get me. As I waited, I heard a knock on my door again. This time, I didn't open it. "Is everything all right in there?" Mr. Roberts' voice called out. "I heard noises. Everything's fine," I replied, trying to sound calm. "I can help you, you know," he said, his voice closer now. "You shouldn't be alone." The door handle turned, but I had locked it. My heart pounded as I waited for him to leave. Finally, I heard his footsteps retreating down the hall. My friend arrived shortly after, and I left the apartment without looking back. We went straight to the police and showed them the footage. They took it seriously and promised to investigate. A few days later, I received a call from the police. They had arrested Mr. Roberts. It turned out he had a history of breaking into tenants' apartments and watching them sleep. He had been doing it for years, but no one had been able to catch him until now. I moved to a new apartment with better security, but the experience left me shaken. I still check my locks multiple times before bed and can't sleep without a nightlight. So if you're renting a place and something feels off, trust your instincts. And remember, you might not be as alone as you think.